کاوش مدیا.
Iran escalating its attacks against Israel at sea. On Thursday, the Mercer Street, an Israeli-operated tanker, was attacked in an apparent drone strike off the coast of Oman. 2 crew members, a Briton and a Romanian, were killed. The ship was Liberian-flagged and Japanese-owned, though managed by the Israeli Zodiac Maritime. Israel has since pointed the finger at Iran and is now seeking world condemnation for the attack. Here to discuss the incident and its ramifications is Seth Fransman, author of Drone Wars and senior Middle East correspondent at the Jerusalem Post. Seth, thank you so much for joining us. So first of all, what can you tell us about the actual attack? I understand that it was a multiple drone attack. Is that correct?
Yeah, we heard about it on Friday, and basically what the reports have said, or how it's developed, is that apparently several drones targeted different parts of the boat, perhaps including the sensitive parts like the bridge where it's commanded from, maybe even the living quarters. I think a lot more needs to be determined because there will be investigators out there and things like that. But the drones apparently are of a type that is called a kamikaze drone, where the drone itself actually is the warhead, kind of like a cruise missile. And those apparently slammed into the boat. Although, again, we need to wait probably for a bit more information to come out from investigators to see if that's accurate, or how many drones were involved, or if there was also a surveillance and things like that. But it certainly seems like a very, not only deadly, but very sophisticated and complex attack, which would certainly be a big danger then for other commercial vessels in that area.
So, I mean, this marks a major escalation for Iran, and it shows incredible skill and technological advancements. You said it was sophisticated in drone warfare. So how concerned now does Israel need to be out at sea?
Well, I think what Iran is trying to do, if we look at this attack, plus I think at least 3 or 4 previous ones on commercial ships that in these cases are usually linked somehow tangentially to Israel, usually through some ownership company or management company that's not even based in Israel, but is somehow linked to Israelis. So I think what Iran is trying to say, apparently, is what every ship that is linked somehow to Israel or business interest is a target of opportunity. And this area in the Gulf of Oman is a kind of soft underbelly because it's easy for Iran to reach that area. It's pretty far from Israel. So what they're saying, apparently, is, you know, for every Israeli airstrike or maybe accused or alleged Israeli airstrike in Syria, Iran has a right to retaliate now in this other area. So that is a big problem. And I think that it's a big problem for international shipping because Iran has done this in the past. It's attacked or mined, not Israeli ships, but other ships in that area in May and June of 2019. So Iran is willing to use this type of asymmetric warfare. And it looks like most of the international community is not willing to actually hold Iran to account or retaliate.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند